Derrick Johnson, Petersburg Alumni Chapter, Fort Lee, Virginia, Fall '96. Why we mentor, why Kappas mentor. I think it's a perfect example of each one teach one. Spent time living in Richmond, Virginia, Long Beach, California, birthplace of Southern California. I come out to Richmond to stay a couple years, tried out for sports, got cut. I played my middle school, but high school got cut from football, basketball. So the summer I go back home to Long Beach, California, just for summer school to hang out, hang out with mom and come on back to Virginia. That was the plan. So this had to be '85. Jordan's first dropped. I'm at Jordan High School, walking on campus, and Coach Massey, Ryan Massey, Chapter Invisible, the legend, Ryan B. Massey, sees me crossing the yard. I got the Jordans on. They just dropped. Yo, big fella, you play basketball? Yeah, come on. Well, come on out to Long Beach City College this evening and see what you got. So go out, try out for JV. He said, all right, you look decent. He says, come on back tomorrow and we'll get some run with the varsity, see what you can do with the varsity. So I go out, Long Beach City College, and after we played, he goes, well, I know your plan is possibly to go back to Virginia. He says, but if you stay here, you have a spot on varsity. Now, this was 10th grader playing varsity. Freshmen, 9th graders were not in the high school. So this was a big to-do back then. So I've been cut in Richmond, Virginia from everything. Well, I'm gonna stay here back in Cali. Stayed in Cali. And since then, Massey was the guardian. He was my guardian. He knew that I wasn't going back to Virginia, but I stayed here, and then he kind of literally took me under his wing. Now, mind you, I'm going to Jordan. I'm on the bus going to Jordan, about 45 minutes. Long Beach Poly is walking distance from my house. So I'm making this trek for this man. Not to mention, I have been accosted a few times to go to Poly, but Massey, each one teach one. So at that point, we in practice, and during the time, Massey had this K on his arm, and we used to call it the hanger K because it looked like it was literally a K done with a hanger. It was raggedy looking. We used to roast him, but we were like, Massey, what's that K about? What's that K? What? He would never tell us. You find your K. You in time you'll find your K. Each one teach one. You'll find your K. So high school, we go to college, and when we're in high school, we used to go up to Long Beach State for a lot of their events, and then it started to register a bit. He's in a fraternity. So ever since then, everybody's been on the search for the K. So my basketball team from high school, there are about 3 or 4 guys of us that became noobs. In my coaching career of about 20 years, I probably coached former players, and about 4 or 5 of them have become Kappas. And that right there is just the perfect example of each one teach one. And as an old head, having former players become your fraternity brothers is nothing gets better than, that's the epitome of each one teach one.